Today I'm going to share with you a few things to help to relieve any neck pain associated with breastfeeding. So the hours that we spend in that sort of hunched position, holding your child, can lead to all kinds of tension in the neck and the shoulders, and that can lead to headaches and lots of aches and pains. So I'm going to share with you a few stretches you can do and also some self-massage just to help relieve that tension. So one of the things that you can do to help sort of prevent that pain or that tension from building is when you're feeding, remember movement is your friend and pillows are your friend as well. So just take a few extra seconds before you sit down to feed to grab those extra pillows, maybe even a towel as well. If you have a towel around your neck, then that can help to give the head some support whilst you're sitting feeding, and use those pillows either behind your head and under your baby as well to sort of raise the child up to you to limit that sort of rounding motion in the neck and shoulders. So this is just a little stretch for the neck that you can do sitting or standing, so you could do this whilst you're feeding. I'm going to practice this just kneeling, but you can also do it in a chair as well. So sit nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, soften your shoulders down away from the ears. Once again, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, draw the shoulders down away from the ears and slightly back as well, so almost as if the shoulder blades are moving very slightly towards each other. And whilst you do this, keep your chin level. So notice if your chin wants to lift, just keep it level, almost pull it back slightly as well. Once more, breathing in deeply. Breathing out, let those shoulders soften down. Now keeping that nice length in the neck, you're going to start to bow your left shoulder down, your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Think about gently lengthening through the right side of the neck, so you're creating space through the right ear and your right shoulder. And you might already get a really nice stretch down the side of the neck. And now we're going to start to turn your chin towards your shoulders. So your head can come very slightly forwards. Really slow, quite small movements. So let your head be heavy. Again, keep drawing that right shoulder down. Should get a nice stretch through the side of the neck. And if you want, you can use your hand to massage the side of the neck. So sort of make that shape with your hand, and you're going to use the back of your knuckles just to gently glide down the side of the neck. So you're starting with your hand up by that bone, just to the back of the ear, and then gently slide your fingers down towards where your neck meets your shoulder. And take one more, move your hand a little bit further back from your ear, and then once again just start to glide the back of the fingers down towards the shoulder. Now I'm going to lift the head back up and take a couple of shoulder shrugs. So gently lift your shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back. Again, keep your chin level for just that movement in the shoulders, lifting them up, pulling them back and down. And once more, lifting the shoulders up, pulling them back and down. And then we're going to come to the other side. So again, start to lower your right ear this time, down towards your shoulder. The left shoulder stays level, so don't let that shoulder pick up. Thinking about creating space in the side of the neck. And we're slowly going to turn the chin very slightly down towards the shoulder. Maybe the head comes slightly forwards. A really small movements there. And then you can come into that self-massage on the other side of the neck. So take the back of your fingers just behind the ear And then start to glide the back of those fingers slowly down the side of the neck. And then bring fingers back up. Move them a little bit further back this time. Maybe turning your chin a little bit further if that feels good. So really slowly gliding the back of the fingers down towards the neck, towards the shoulders, sorry. And we'll lift the head back up to centre. Again, a couple more shrugs with the shoulders, so lifting them up towards the ears, and then as you breathe out, roll the shoulders back and down. And now we're going to take the arms out to the sides, turn your palms up, or thumbs up, and let that movement come from your shoulders. So you're turning your shoulders out to lift the hands. Once more, exhale, thumbs down. Inhale, turn the shoulders out, shoulder blades move slightly towards each other. And as you breathe out, reach your hands forward. You can tip the top of the pelvis back, so you're sort of rounding through. I'll sit sideways so you can see. Rounding through your back slightly. Really reach those hands forward and then let your head hang. So reaching your hands forward, hands parallel to the floor. Relax your head forward, so your chin's falling down towards your chest. One more breath. And then come to sit upright. Bring those hands out again. Palms of the hands up, open through the shoulders, and then we'll move forwards. You're rounding through the spine. Reach fingers forward, so you're really letting those shoulder blades come away from each other as you drop your chin towards your chest. And then once again, come up. Arms come out to the side. Turn the palm up, maybe lift your chin if that feels nice. And then once more. Chin towards chest, reach those hands forward. And then once again we'll come all the way back, arms out, palms up, lift the chin. But as you lift the chin, draw your shoulders down. And then come back to a neutral spine. So when you've been sitting feeding for a while, you've been in this position. So after feeding, see if you can give yourself a minute or two to find a counter pose. So it can be as simple as maybe taking the arms behind your back, interlacing your hands, and if you can't reach your hands, then you can hold something between them to keep the hands behind you. Pull your hands down. So as you're pulling your hands down, roll your shoulders back, shoulder blades come towards each other. So stretching through the front of the chest. And then if it feels nice, you can lift your chin slightly, but make sure you're keeping that distance between your ears and shoulders, so not hunching up too much like that. And then just breathe into the front of the chest. And release the arms when you're ready. And then another nice counter pose can be some sort of twist or rotation. So again, if you're sitting in a chair, you can use the chair. If you're standing as well, you could use a wall. I'm going to use the wall as I'm sitting here. So I'm going to twist first, excuse me, first to the left. So again, start with that open shoulder, so your palms facing up. Take your right hand round to your left hip, and then you're going to use that hand to pull you into your twist. If you're sitting on a chair, you can grab hold of the back of the chair. If you've got a wall behind you, you can just push into the wall. Just think about pulling your shoulder blade in towards your spine, so you're staying nice and open through the front of the chest. Maybe take the gaze behind you. Try and stay soft through your neck and your jaws. So sometimes our neck pain can come from having a tight jaw as well. So try and soften that area. And then we'll take that twist on the other side. So bring your whole chest back to center. And then open out through that right shoulder. We're going to start to twist to the right, so your left hand is going to come to the outside of your leg, and then once again you can take hold of the back of the chair if you're sitting at a chair, or you can push against a wall, or if you like you can just slide that hand all the way behind your back. Again, drawing your shoulder back, maybe take the gaze behind you. Try to stay open through the front of the chest. And when you're ready, come back to center. Maybe shrug the shoulders a few times. Again, remember movement is your friend, so the more you can keep moving the neck, shrugging the shoulders, the more that's going to help to free up that area. And then again, another nice counter pose is to lie on the floor. So sometimes we might be so stiff and rounded in our shoulders that simply lying down on a flat surface, turn the palms of the hands up, sometimes that might be enough of a release. If you want a little bit more, you can start to lift the hips, maybe even take some pillows under the hips. Again, I'm going to use these pillows here just to lift up slightly through the lower body, but make sure as you lift up, you're lengthening through the back of the neck, so your shoulders are moving away from your ears. You can gently push into the feet to find that lengthening through the back of the neck, grounding down through the backs of the shoulders, and relax through the arms, and try and have palms up. Again, that's going to counteract all that rounding forward that we do by sitting feeding. So you can hang out in this pose for as long as you like. And then when you're ready, just slowly coming back up. And lastly, I'm going to take you through a little bit of self-massage using balls. Now these are just, I think they're actually beach tennis balls, but you can buy ones specifically for massaging. I'm going to take you through, you can do this lying down or against a wall. I'm going to show you lying down first of all. So come to lie on your back with your knees bent. Then we're going to take those balls just down to the bottom, sort of where your neck meets your shoulder. And you're just going to pop those balls underneath your back. So only just at the top of your shoulders. So as you breathe in, let your back arch away from the floor. And then as you breathe out, push into your feet, flatten your back down, and your shoulders are going to move slightly up the mat. So keep your chin tucked so your neck stays nice and long. And hopefully that's going to feel really nice in the tops of your shoulders. So as you inhale, let your lower back come away from the floor again. And then exhale. So you're just using the breath to shuffle back and forwards on top of those balls. And you can play around with the positioning. You can even shuffle further so the balls come further down your back. You can also play around with, if you've got them further up towards the top of the shoulders, maybe shuffling from one side to the other. It might just feel nice to lie, pressing down into them to release tension that way. That's just a really, really nice pose. You feel like absolute heaven if you've got a really tight or a lot of tension stored in your neck. So a lot of our tension, when we're feeling neck pain, especially from feeding, it comes from the muscles at the top of the back, or those muscles that are connected all the way to the top of the back. So that is a really nice way of releasing tension. And again, you can do it against a wall. So you can stand or kneel with your back against the wall. So probably easier to do it one side at a time if you're practicing like this. And again, just pop that ball towards the top of the shoulder, and then you can just practice moving from side to side, maybe moving around in circles, pushing as hard or as gently as feels nice. So rolling those muscles out. creating space as you move. So yeah, a few techniques for self-care to help you with your neck pain. Thank you. Namaste.